Alright guys, today I'm bringing you a legendary item guide in Borderlands 3, and in this video we'll be looking at the Dahl assault rifle known as the Good Juju. The text on the weapon reads, kinda sorta wants to end all existence. What's special about this weapon is it's basically a complete rip-off of the bad Juju in Destiny. Similar to the bad Juju, it's a 3-round burst that will fire full auto when you hold down the trigger, and also getting kills with this weapon will refill your magazine from your reserves without you having to reload, so you can just keep shooting as long as you're getting kills. This is one of the new Mayhem 4 exclusive weapons, and it drops from the Rampager, who could be found on the Forgotten Basilica on Promethea. The Rampager is the first vault boss that you face during the story, and on Mayhem 4 he can be especially annoying to kill, especially the first phase where he frantically runs about and you're trying to get the damage onto him. It can be really difficult to kill him quickly, and just in general he's a massive bullet sponge, so the runs can take forever. I'm just going to quickly run through the build I was using because I was having a pretty easy time with killing the Rampager with what I was using, and some of the weapons I have are pretty rare. So not only that, if you're playing PC, a link to this game save will be in the description if you want to pick up all the weapons and items that I was using for this build. I was using radiation flak, which basically turns radiation damage up to 11. So the main radiation gun I use is the laser-sploder. There's nothing really special about this laser-sploder other than it is radiation damage, so I can get that increased damage from the build that I'm using. The other main weapon that we'll be using is the Flaca. Now this one is an incendiary version, and it also has the anointment where while Gamma Burst is active, I gain 65% bonus radiation damage. This is good because the gun itself does decent damage, but the radiation damage that I'll be dealing to the Rampager whilst using this weapon will also be greatly increased, so it just helps with the DPS. Any radiation build has to use the red suit, and this just gives me immunity to radiation damage. The grenade mod I just found in a vending machine. It's just a radiation grenade mod that I can use to inflict radiation on myself in order to get bonus damage with the Relic, which I'll show you in a second. But it also has the anointment on when I throw the grenade, I get a 25% increase to weapon, grenade, and action skill damage for 6 seconds. So this can just help with DPS as well. And then have the red Fang class mod, which I basically just use for when my Gamma Burst is active, then my pet will taunt all of the enemies around me, so I can get off safe without taking any damage, and I can just focus more on doing damage opposed to staying alive. I also managed to get lucky though with this one. It gives me an increase to health, which makes me survive even longer. It also gives me a bonus to Torgue damage, and that's good because the 2 main weapons I use in this build are Torgue weapons. And then my relic is the elemental projector. This basically gives you a damage boost to the element type that you're currently being affected by. So with this build, if you're affected by radiation, and because it's mainly a radiation build, then you'll get a plus 90% to radiation damage, and considering that that's basically double the damage on the laser-sploder, it's very, very good. It also has some good sub things as well, like it increases my magazine size, and area of effect damage is also increased, which is good for the Flaca, and it's also good for the rockets that the laser-sploder shoots off. So quickly running through how you want to go about killing the Rampager. On the first phase, he runs about a lot, so you just want to pull out your Flaca, and if you download the build, then you just want to throw a grenade so you get the increased damage, and then you just want to make sure that you're trying to get as much damage off on the Rampager as possible. You can plop down the Gamma Burst for taunting from your pet, so the Rampager will attack your pet opposed to you, so you can focus on getting the hits with the Flaca. But other than that, you just want to make sure you want to get this damage off. This is the slowest phase just because he's very unpredictable in how he moves, so it depends on whether he stands still, and you can get the damage off with the Flaca. On the second phase, you basically just want to put your Gamma Burst slightly away from where he is. So if he sat still, then all you want to do is put your Gamma Burst a few meters away. This will spawn your pet and he'll taunt him, so you can focus on sitting in the Gamma Burst to get health regen. What you want to do is just, again, throw a grenade, use the Flaca, but this time he won't have radiation resistance, so you're not only getting the incendiary damage, you're also getting the radiation damage that the previous phase was resistant to. So this is the fastest phase that you'll see. In the last phase, because he's incendiary damage and the Flaca that I have is incendiary, I don't use the Flaca and I mainly use the laser-sploder. At the beginning of his phase, he'll jump about and he'll fire projectiles at you, so you just want to avoid these projectiles. And then when he jumps to the floor, he'll jump away again and then jump back. And then once he's jumped back, you want to put your Gamma Burst on him, walk up to him as close as you can, throw a load of grenades so you inflict the radiation damage on yourself, and then pull out your laser-sploder and just fire repeatedly in his critical hit spot. Especially when he opens up his chest, you'll burst damage him, and then when he hunches over, again, you can shoot the bottom of his critical hit spot in order to get critical hits, and then you'll do even more damage, and then by then he should jump into the middle where you can just finish him off, and that's basically it. But I've got to say, for the hassle that I went through in order to get this gun, I definitely don't think it's worth it. That's why the save file in the description will also have this gun in the save file. So if you guys are on PC and you don't want to farm this gun but you want to use it, then it's there for you. Going into using the gun, I thought it was going to regenerate my ammo after getting a kill just out of the blue. It won't use my reserves, but it turns out it does use my reserves, which kind of sucked. As well as that, in non-mayhem mode, so just normal mode, the damage was pretty meh. It's typical of an average Dahl assault rifle, I'd say. It also has a plus 148% to weapon damage on it, this one anyway, but it has a minus 50% to critical hit damage, so it was very weird for me because I usually try and go for critical hits, but this is sort of forcing you to go for body. The magazine size is very low. I did have an increase in magazine size, so it was sitting at around 32, but it was still bursting through very quickly. And what was annoying to me is that the ghosts don't actually count towards refilling your magazine, so if you get a kill on the ghost, then your magazine won't fill, it will just continue to drop. This was extremely frustrating because if I had just gotten a couple kills and I had a load of ghosts coming towards me, then I'd have to kill the ghost, but my ammo wouldn't refill, so I didn't have enough ammo in the clip left to kill the next enemy, and then it just forced me to reload. Other than that, yeah, it's just a typical Dahl assault rifle, unfortunately. I was hoping for maybe like in Destiny that it would give me super energy, is what it gave you in Destiny, but in this it didn't seem to. But yeah, like I said, link to the build and this gun will be in the description if you are on PC. For you console players, I'm sorry that I can't give you this build, but yeah. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you found this useful. Make sure to subscribe for future legendary item guides on my channel. And yeah, see you in the next video.